What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch back here with another NFL video, and in this video I'm going to give you a breakout player for every NFL team, your NFL team. If you enjoy this type of NFL content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more bottom line view. Let's start off with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills breakout player to me is one of the youngest players in the NFL, linebacker Tremaine Edmunds. Edmunds is going to fill a massive gap and hole in the Bills defense. They have no other linebackers with any sort of good skill set. Tremaine Edmunds, throughout the draft process, was compared to a young Brian Urlacher with his ability to run at that size and his ability to cover. This guy is an absolute freak, and from day one, he is going to show off his skills in the NFL. The New York Jets, Sam Darnold is their new franchise face and quarterback. Sam Darnold has all the ability, smarts, and movement in the pocket and flair to become that franchise quarterback. Sam Darnold, I think, has what it takes. The Dolphins have a running back in Kenyon Drake. To me, Kenyon Drake is their breakout player this year. Don't worry about Frank Gore. Kenyon Drake has an awesome ability to make guys miss in the open field. He can catch the football. He just has great versatility to his game, and he's going to show that he is the best back on this team throughout the majority of the season. Sony Michel. Now, Sony Michel is a guy that possesses rare power and speed, a combination that you don't see in many running backs in the NFL. He has the ability to break home run runs, home run touchdown type of plays. Sony Michel is going to take over this backfield as soon as he's healthy and show that he is the Alvin Kamara of this year's draft. The Indianapolis Colts. Quentin Nelson is the obvious answer, and it is the answer for me. Nelson is the best offensive line prospect in quite some time. Pass blocking, run blocking, doesn't matter. This guy pancakes people on a regular basis. The Houston Texans. DJ Reader is one of the more underrated young players in the NFL. He just completely destroys offensive linemen, running backs, and the run game, period. DJ Reader is going to take over this defense in that 3-4 scheme. The Titans. Harold Landry, to me, was my defensive rookie of the year pick. I know it's a bold pick, but Harold Landry possesses every sort of skill you want from a pass rusher. I actually thought that he was a better pure pass rusher from the edge than Bradley Chubb when I watched them on film. He has a great ability to bend around the edge, to chain moves together, and to get after the quarterback. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Keelan Cole. Keelan Cole is my breakout player because the Jags are in desperate need of a #1 go-to receiver. I think Keelan Cole can be that guy. I know he's a little bit more on the smaller end, but he has great quickness and ability to separate and has shown that he can run routes at the next level very, very well. So the Pittsburgh Steelers breakout player is TJ Watt. TJ Watt had a really solid rookie season, but he had moments where he really showed that he can be a great player in this league. I'm not sure if he's ever going to be great, but I'm sure he's going to get better in year 2. That's why he's my breakout player. I just think he's going to become more consistent, become a little bit better in every facet of football. The Cleveland Browns. The obvious answer is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, to me, is going to be the best pass rusher in the NFL this season. He is an absolute monster. Think Jadeveon Clowney before the knee injuries. He is going to be one of the best football players in this league for a long time coming. The Cincinnati Bengals. Now we have Myles Garrett in Cleveland. We have Carl Lawson in Cincinnati. Carl Lawson's a little lesser known because he wasn't drafted at a high-profile pick like Myles Garrett. Carl Lawson wasn't drafted till the 4th round last season, but he was able to rack up 8.5 sacks for the Cincinnati Bengals. This year, he'll become a full-time starter, absolutely take over. He has great speed, but also pure strength, and just absolutely dominates opposing tackles. The Baltimore Ravens. Matt Judon is the guy for me. Another pass rusher. The Ravens have been looking for a guy to step up in the place of Terrell Suggs for quite some time. I think Matt can be that guy. He had a pretty good season last year, but I think he can even ramp that up this year in 2018. The Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. I know that there's going to be bumps on the road with Patrick Mahomes, but he's just so talented, and at times you're going to see that talent shine through. He has an arm like basically no other in the NFL. He reminds me a lot of Brett Favre. He has that ability to move around in the pocket, escape hits, and also throw the football down the field. He's just going to be a very fun player to watch. The Chargers pick for breakout player is Mike Williams. Mike Williams is going to come in and hopefully help replace the Hunter Henry injury. Yes, they brought back Antonio Gates to the team, but Mike Williams was a player that was drafted very highly last year. He's going to be more than just a complementary piece in this offense. He is an awesome red zone threat given his size, and he's a receiver that is just going to go up and get it. The Raiders. A guy that was supposed to be a first-round pick, got injured, but looked great in training camp, Maurice Hurst. The Raiders don't have any great interior defenders. I think Maurice Hurst can be their best player even this year in year number 1. He has all the ability. He was supposed to be a first-round pick, and he has just a motor to go with all that talent. I think Maurice Hurst is going to come back and prove that teams shouldn't have passed on him in the NFL draft this year. The Denver Broncos, Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman is by far the best back on the Broncos. I think he's going to get by far the most touches, whether it's the pass game, the run game. This guy can do it all. He's a little bit more stocky. He kind of reminds me of C.J. Anderson, and I think he's going to give them some C.J. Anderson type of runs this season for the Broncos. The Giants have an easy one. It's Saquon Quads. The quads are just outrageous on this dude. Like, if you actually think about all the great running backs in NFL history, they have quads, man. You think about Barry Sanders, he had huge-ass quads. Saquon Barkley is no different. To me, he's going to be and go down as one of the best running backs if he stays healthy. The Dallas Cowboys. Awuzie is my pick. The Cowboys are in need of a corner to step up. Awuzie showed moments last year to get that done. This is also a Dilly Vanilli certified pick. I think he can become the number 1 corner for the Dallas Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles, Derek Barnett. Barnett is a player that really looked good last year. He has a knack for getting sacks and knack for getting after the quarterback. Yes, he's still in a rotation with the Eagles defensive line, but I think he's going to shine through as one of their better players along that line. The Skins. It's finally time for Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder's been waiting for a quarterback like Alex Smith, a quarterback that loves the slot receiver, loves the short dump-offs, and loves a player that can get it and make moves after the catch. And that's exactly what Jamison Crowder can do. So Jamison Crowder is going to become this year one of the better slot receivers in the NFL. The New Orleans Saints. I felt like I needed to add another offensive lineman, and there's no team better than the Saints' Andrus Peat. Pete is a player that went very much under the radar last year. He's a great run blocker, and he has great ability to pull around and just open up lanes for these running backs, whether it's Ingram or Kamara. I feel like he's going to do the very same this year, and he'll actually be on the radar for some of the casual NFL fans. Carolina Panthers, DJ Moore. DJ Moore, very much like Jamison Crowder, I think maybe even more so. Of course, he went in the first round, the first receiver off the board this year. He has an ability to, with the football, make guys miss. He can go the distance. He also has a crazy ability to make amazing catches, and I think that's going to go hand in hand with Cam Newton. The Atlanta Falcons, they're in desperate need of a replacement edge rusher. Vic Beasley didn't really show up last year. Adrian Claiborne is gone. I think Tack McKinley is going to be the guy this year. I think he's going to be their breakout player. He's going to get a lot more reps, and I think he's going to really warrant it with his ability to get after the quarterback. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, O.J. Howard, this guy is a monster. He can run like a receiver. He can block like a tackle. I think O.J. Howard is a great all-around player that's just developing and getting used to the NFL. And this year, I think over the second half of the year, you're going to see him really shine. The Green Bay Packers, Jari Alexander. Alexander is a player that the Packers haven't had in a long time. His versatility at corner will give them so much more to do on defense. The Packers have not trusted a corner in quite some time, and he actually kind of reminds me of what they used to have in Charles Woodson, his ability to play outside or in the slot, great man-to-man, good ball skills. He's just a very good player. The Chicago Bears. It has to be Mitch Trubisky. I know Trey Burton is coming into the fold, but if the Bears are going to be a great team, it's going to be because Mitch Trubisky shows through. And I actually thought Trubisky had some very good moments last year. Of course, he didn't have the best supporting cast. This year, they upgraded it for him, and it's going to be a lot better and look a lot better. He has great athletic ability to move and run. He can go outside the pocket and make throws. I like Trubisky. The Lions, Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson was arguably the most underrated running back in this draft class. He's not an awesome athlete, but he just finds a way to get it done. He's pretty powerful, but he has decent enough speed, and he has fantastic vision. The Vikings, Dalvin Cook didn't really get his chance to break out last year, so this is an obvious choice. Cook is an all-around great running back and should be a top 10 one this year. The Seattle Seahawks, Rasheem Green is sort of an off-the-radar pick, but my pick is Rasheem Green because this guy can hopefully help replace what they had in Michael Bennett. He's going to be an interior rusher, but also playing on the edge. He has versatility to his game. He looked really good in training camp, and they're very hopeful for this mid-round pick. The San Francisco 49ers, a player a lot of people probably don't know, Ahkello Witherspoon, a player that is a prototypical cover 3 corner. When you think about the days of the Seattle Seahawks cover 3, you think about Richard Sherman and those type of corners. Well, that's exactly what we have in Ahkello Witherspoon, who plays in a similar scheme in San Francisco, with his mentor being Richard Sherman. The Arizona Cardinals, Ricky Seals-Jones is an awesome tight end to get in fantasy late in drafts, and I think he's going to be a breakout this year to be one of the top catchers of the football for the Arizona Cardinals. He is a very good option as a receiver at the tight end position. He's not an all-around great player, but he can definitely show through in his moments. The LA Rams, Cooper Kupp is the obvious pick to me. Robert Woods was good last year. Cooper Kupp had his moments. He was their #1 red zone go-to guy, it seemed like. He's a rare skill set because he has good agility, but he's also tall enough to be such a weird matchup for slot corners who are usually shorter, quicker guys. So he has that ability and height advantage on a lot of slot corners in the NFL. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of giving you a breakout player for every NFL team. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more NFL. It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View, and peace out.